name's Paul Evers. I'm Construction Manager and Managing Director of Planning Manager Limited, or PML, and I'm Construction Manager for this project. Planning Manager is a construction management business. We provide support for main contractors, and we also provide construction management for bespoke clients such as ROMO here.
My name's Leo Ward. My job title is Associate Director, and I work for Mayber Associates Architects. The project that we're at today is a new headquarters building for ROMO Fabrics in Kirkby and Ashfield. They're a third generation fabric design company based in the area. They currently operate out of 4 or 5 separate buildings, and we were approached a number of years ago to design them a new facility to make them more efficient than they currently are and put all of their operations into one place. One of the primary reasons that we chose VMS is to achieve the most light that we could get into the space within a structural frame that has very large spans. So the primary span of these roof lights is approaching 6 metres, and there wasn't many other systems, if any, that would have been able to achieve those spans with such a light structure. And there was other reasons due to the speed that they could go in at, and other integration of items such as blinds and opening mechanisms and things like that made it a really appealing system to specify.
My name is Richard Hall, and I work for Glaze Limited, based down in St Neots in Cambridgeshire. Glaze have worked a lot with the VELUX VMS system. We've installed projects all over the country, varying from a small school up to large atria projects. Another one we did in Cambridge was the Trumpeton College project, which up until this project was the largest VMS scheme in the UK. As the scheme progressed, there was the introduction of smoke ventilation and blinds. The design was low pitch ridge lights. There isn't many system companies within the market that can offer a 5-degree self-supporting ridge light system with blinds, with smoke ventilation. So as it progressed, we put forward the VELUX, which suited. The roof light holes need to be slightly narrower than drawn because of the ventilation size. So it just suited the VELUX VMS system.
In terms of the atrium roof lights, that was originally designed in a different system, which is a bespoke system, which would have been probably 10 to 12 weeks worth of site installation works. The VMS system that came up from VELUX was actually a value engineered solution. It was more cost effective, but provided a better solution for install on site and saved 4 weeks on programme, which is critical in getting watertight on the project.
The speed of installation for the VMS system is that you can lift it into position very quickly. One of the atrias behind me, it was glazed in a morning. So the beams were already in place. The crane had moved each module across and glazed within the morning. So the speed of installation can make the building watertight quickly, which then can enable trades that are working inside to come onto site quicker. We see, and we are now also getting more demand on modular built off-site systems for speed of installation, to reduce any mistakes that can happen on site. We're getting asked now more and more by different contractors what solutions are available.
Natural daylight is very important for any business, any working environment. There's been a lot of studies recently on the value of natural daylight and the fact that it actually increases productivity and people feel connected with the outside world. On this project, the client themselves have introduced an atrium within a warehouse to provide that natural light, so they see the benefit of having the natural light and the fact that it's a nice environment that everyone wants to work in, and that's for the office and the warehouse.
I think daylight is hugely important in lots of different aspects of the work that we do, in framing space and showing off texture of materials and giving a sense of well-being in a workplace. Having a huge amount of daylight is always beneficial. The integration right from the start was really straightforward, almost seamless. Once we'd given the parameters to the VELUX designers of what the overall structural openings for the roof lights were, we got preliminary design drawings back very quickly, which allowed us to analyse all the other interfaces of the roof light with the other building systems around its perimeter. And also we were supplied with BIM models which went inside our 3D model, which was a particularly important tool on this project for giving the client an appreciation of what they're actually getting.
VELUX have been very proactive throughout the project. various discussions in terms of how blinds operate, how the automatic opening vents work, and they've been very quick to respond to queries. We've got a pattern in terms of how the blinds might work in certain instances, and again the system allows over 200 variants to how the blinds might open and close, so it's given the client maximum capacity to change and do whatever they want in terms of closing blinds for certain events or the weather or whatever, so it's been very good.
There's a relatively small client body that have come up onto site regularly, but a number of weeks ago we held a fairly informal topping out ceremony where they got all the staff from all the facilities up here, and there was some tears in eyes because people were so bowled over by what they'd seen in the working environment that they were going to get, particularly the amount of daylight that we're getting into the building, not just in the office side but also in the warehouse. There's a huge amount of natural light, and that was something that people were really pleased with.